Hey everybody, and welcome to another kick tutorial, breakdown, whatever you want to call them. This week I'm going to be looking at the switch spin hook kick, also known as the switch reverse turning kick. It might have a different name, you might call it a spin lightning dragon kick. What you call it doesn't really matter. The basics of it though, if we look at the mechanics of the normal kick, so the kick goes in the back, kick round, you've done it before. It's got lots of different names, there's some different variations on it, but basically it's a reverse turning kick or a spin hook kick. Now, if we go back through some of the earlier videos that I've done, you'll probably remember that I did a step switch axe kick, where you switch in, stepping up and down for your axe kick. And it got me thinking, what other kicks do I use that use a similar switching mechanism or stepping system? And it got me thinking that this was one that I used to love doing this all the time. It was one of my favourites to do, to drop in, because the stepping movement, it's so different to the normal kick, and it can generate a lot of torque and extra power into the kick. It's one that you can just sort of drop in there every now and again. So, how does it work? Well, first of all, you've got to have your regular spin hook kick comfortable. And when I say comfortable, you want to have it to a point where you can start in a position, kick comes round, and you come back. And you're coming back to pretty much the same point each time, and you're comfortable with it. You don't really want to start messing with the stepping and the mechanics of the rotation until you're fully comfortable with your normal kick. I'll say that one straight away, because the last thing you want to do is throw this switch step in and end up throwing yourself into the ground. And I know this says something inappropriate then, but yeah, you don't want to be chucking yourself at the floor until you're comfortable. In fact, you don't want to be chucking yourself at the floor, full stop. That you're getting paid a lot of money for it, but you're not for this, so let's not. So, how does it work with the switch? Kicking leg goes at the front. So basically what I'm doing is I'm switching through the middle and then starting my rotation here. Yeah? So I'm going 1, 2. You can hear it in my feet. Yeah? Now it's similar to what we did with the axe kick one. Yeah? Okay, I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit so you can hear it. Yeah, so I'm just landing it a fraction early. So I'll try and do it on the side so you can see. So I'm going boom, boom, okay? And that sudden acceleration here, it really adds so much oomph to this kick. I cannot stress enough how much extra rotational force it adds. Now, let's get this said before anybody else starts commenting, oh, but it slows your kick down. Yes, it does, which is why you can't use it all of the time, because it's such a tell, it's such a lead into it. People can see the telegraph's massive, but that's why you don't use it all the time. You use it every so often. So if you're sparring away, boom, with a spin hook kick's coming around this way, that one time when you're kicking legs at the front and you move towards them with this switch movement here, they're not necessarily expecting that leg to keep coming around, so I'm here, boom, and it's round, you see? So it's a neat way of transitioning into a spin hook kick, relatively speaking, quickly, without it being too much of a tell, because it just looks like you're switching stance and ready to go into your next thing. So you're here, boom, looks like you're coming forwards to maybe move into another kick, or maybe to move forwards into hand technique. So, I'm here. I'll try and do it slow, which is quite hard, really, to be fair. I'm going to go from here, boom, then the kick comes round, yeah? So again, I'm going to go switch, step. So I'm starting the rotation there, see? I'm coiling my arms, they've got opposite twists going so that fire the shoulders round. Yeah, so again, boom, boom. See how I'm pushing back against it a little bit? Here, boom. Boom. Yeah, a little bit faster. Yeah, a little bit faster. Yeah, a little bit faster before I throw up everywhere. Yeah, and it's a great kick when it lands. When I throw this one, I try not to do too much of a whip. When I was younger, not like my granddad yet, but technically speaking, I'm old enough to be. But anyway, back when I was younger, I did used to whip this a little bit with my knee, so I used to, as it's coming across, we used to whip it across. But that does put quite a lot of strain on your knee, hamstrings, supporting ligaments. It's not that you can't, and it's not that I can't now, for example, so you know, I can still put whipping, but I am very much aware that's putting a lot of load into that soft tissue. So I tend to think of this one almost like if you had a back fist. You've got a back fist, and then you've got a back fist, yeah? With this one, I tend to let it go and then give it almost like a reverse swinging baseball bat movement. So I'm here, I've spotted my target, and I'm coming round, boom, and I let my leg go out, and I let momentum carry it over. I'll show you a couple more just off angle a little bit, just so you can see it more from this way. Yes, I'm gonna go switch, kick, yeah, and again this way, switch, kick, yeah? So anyway, there's a different one for you. Have a play with it. As I say, get yourself familiar with this switch stepping first. Yeah, boom, 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 then start to pull it round. Yeah, boom, boom, pull it round. And get comfortable with that first. Yeah? Alright? And have some fun with it, because it's a cool technique. And I say, when you get used to it, you can actually start using that stepping movement to add different kicks in, or start with different kicks first, or lead out into different kicks. So the stepping movement can open up a whole new level of kicking options once you get comfortable with it. But yeah, there's a start point. Have lots of fun with it. Any questions, comments or anything, please do pop them below. And keep on kicking. Good job, guys.